Hello YouTube, this is Sibbles and Bits back at it again with another Inkbound Daily. Today is the solo daily for October 17th, and today we will be playing Obelisk, going from Proving Grounds into Garden's Edge, and then up against Cinder. Just straight off the bat, Obelisk is my favorite character in the game. However, there's one thing that they don't do well with zero investment, and that's damage. When you have a time limit, it's very hard for Obelisk to solve both Giannis and Nim. They're very aggressive face race kind of fights, and Obelisk doesn't do too well with that. Another thing to note is that Obelisk has the least damage per turn of the entire cast. They have, like, I believe it's... Hold on, let me just do the math here. You've got 90 with dash. You use Seismic Slam for 155 total. And then you clap twice. No, you can only clap once with an orb. But you also crush, so that's an extra 50. So 225 is your damage per turn. But most notably, you shouldn't be doing that, so your damage per turn is actually significantly lower in practice because you don't want to just blow all your cooldowns on the first fight. Of course, we have Brawl. Bindings no longer use cooldowns, so that's somewhat significant. But the other thing to note is that if we go ahead and we were to use, like, say, Dash all the time, because that's our best damage per will, we're not going to crush, and that's where actually a majority of our damage comes from. So including the -1 will reserve, like, even though we don't have cooldowns, it's still incredibly spicy. And then you start taking into the account that we have 3 millstones, so we can only get a certain amount of, like, vestiges to combo off of. This is honestly pretty nasty for a Brawl. Of course, it's still Brawl. If we get something like Lightning Strike, Cultivate, apparently someone showed me the other day that Cleave has a -1 cost cooldown. Knew that. It's not exclusive, so you can make that free too. Never knew. I would have to take Cleave to figure that out and use 2 purple logs on it. Huh. But, yeah, besides the fact that Brawl obviously opens up infinites, this is a very nasty seed. Anyways, let's get to it. We gotta figure out how to deal a lot of damage, and we have Marker of the Unbound. Okay. So we know now that Marker of the Unbound makes us take no damage in Gunk, and it actually works. It's a... Considering that we got good AoE, it's a relatively good way for us to farm some ability power. We're really going to be gambling on our first, like, drafted binding. We really need something good here, too. I can see it honestly being Poison Thorn. Poison Thorn, Poison Vapor. Poison Vapor isn't bad. Like, the fact that it does tiny hits with, specifically Obelisk is actually pretty good, because it means that we can also crush with it. We get increased AoE, maybe Seismic Slam afterwards. Seismic Slam can have its cost reduced. We can no longer reduce Shield Bash to 0 cost with Battering Ram, because Battering Ram had its cost reduction due to the Ascension reduced. Huh. That said, Battering Ram multiple times is a lot of damage, so that might be how we solve Nim. I don't know. Anyways, Poison Thorn, it's not a lot of damage, but it's a lot of single target damage. Like, ultimately, I don't think that it's good, especially with -1 will. Like, let's just assume that we hit somebody 4 times. That's 8 stacks of poison, that's 40 damage. That's pretty good. That's about around how much we get out of a crush. And then it goes down to 4, we add another 8. But this is just assuming that we're just iron clapping things, which is going to make Giannis incredibly angry. Like, super angry. I think we have to reroll here, but I want to see what our augment is first. Honestly, Massive or Hardened Ironclap is probably the best thing here. Hardened Ironclap actually gives us more damage per turn than Massive Seismic Slam. Massive Seismic Slam is just notable because having 80 base damage is pretty good for taking out like the Swarmers. And since we can use it every turn, that feels better, but we still need to get like more damage on top of that. Hardened Ironclap is good if we're just going to go for increased AoE, just try and get as many on-hit effects as we can. Like if we were to get, Unstable Circuitry. Whenever we gain shield, we smite something. It's a good way to add a lot of damage to an Obelisk build. Because we don't naturally do a lot of damage. So you got to use what you got. And like I was saying before, the fact that we're timed is pretty much like the big kicker here. Otherwise, Obelisk doesn't care so long as he's bulletproof, how much damage enemies do, usually. You can usually get your way through it. But since we have to kill bosses within 5 turns, like we would need an inordinate amount of like spikes damage or some sort of retaliation effect. I know I have these. I think we're going to reroll here. These are all kind of garbo. I could see Burnital. Burnital, if we get hit on purpose, is 5 burn, which is 50 damage to people. Stacks over time. That's honestly quite a bit of bossing damage. The trick is do we actually like want to trade with enemies? If we end up getting Headbutt, it makes enemies hit us, and then we get this for free. So that's another interesting interaction. I think I might reroll again. This could very well be it, though. It's not going to get us our turn 1, but it could set us up for getting turn 2 on fight 1. I'm gonna reroll again. Honestly, Frosted Half Charm might be it. I could also see Whittling Mitts. Whittling Mitts is better for bossing because we can almost guarantee that we're next to the boss every single time. And so then we get 2 free stacks of Frostbite, which is currently doing like, 40 damage? As opposed to doing 35 damage like once. Whittling Mitts is just going to occur more often. I think we can go with that. As usual, I really don't like building Frostbite, but when you have no damage, like, it's alright on Obelisk because it helps bridge the gap a little bit as compared to other classes. And we just might get Avalanche. I don't think that that's a good reason to build into Frostbite, but I think we'll take Massive Seismic. Again, I respect the plus 10 on Ironclap much more. However, it's, hello? Barrier Potion doesn't really help us much. I don't think it's a Tarnish fault. I think we need money. Not because we have to spend... Oh my god. Not because we have the spend Quillings quest, but because we're probably going to need to buy or build versus Giannis here. I don't know how we do this. Oh. That is nasty. Can I please... No, says the game. We have good hitboxes at home. Like, this is actually disastrous. I kind of wanted you to be closer, and they said no. Well. So, we're going to take a 2-turn penalty. Oh, there it is. It's actually possible that iron clapping repeatedly was better for us, because we would have gotten a crush off. A little late for that now. Give me physical damage. We need damage, like, badly. I would love to take increased range. Thank you. Another barrier potion. Wow. So, I will admit, cleave with no cooldown is pretty dope. Regardless of the fact that we could theoretically make it an infinite, it's pretty frickin' dope. It's got shit augs. We would really need a purple to reduce its cost just to make this thing usable. But it's currently our best damage by a long shot. Tries to help solve Giannis. I think we're actually going to take it. Now, I don't think I want an AUG. I think I want stats. Because we desperately need them. I meant to click physical. Man, it's already up to a good day today. Anyways. Gonna try not to get salty, I guess. What the frick's going on here? You have swivel, so we kind of want to use as little as possible. Oh, we got some gunk here. We kind of want to take gunk damage. Interesting. We got a crit on cleave, that's great. If enemies would actually like want to bunch up. Of course not. This is as good as it's going to get. It's going to have to be good. Then I'm just going to sit here and... Are you serious? There we go. Just farm some damage here. Use this. I legitimately don't know how we're getting out of this. I think this will help. Don't do this to me, please. You really did this to me? We took larger AoE, but it's not going to kill that guy on the bottom. We're going to take another turn deficit because these guys are like a pixel apart. Well, what else are we going to do? Cry, maybe? Hope that everybody else is doing just as badly as we are? It's kind of fucked up, don't you think? Well, there's that. Is it Shining Circlet? No, it's not Shining. What am I thinking? We don't have cooldowns. Verdant Sprout, I think it's definitely Unstable Circuitry. Let's actually grab Physical. That possibly could have been the difference, too. We don't need to reduce cooldown. Honestly, these are, Reroll me. I guess we took Spiked. So let's do some Spiked. Like, I don't know, man. We took increased AoE though. It's terrible. Invigorate will buff our spike damage. Shield Wall adds more spiked. We have no cooldown. So it's basically, if we get prepared on Shield Wall, that's free spikes every turn. It's weird. I'm almost about it. Otherwise, Incendiary, taking the Inflict Burn immediately. I believe it's called Incinerate. That's definitely a line out of here. It's with Brawl. That can easily win you the game. I think we kind of have to. Like, Shield Wall would be funny, but I think it's Incendiary here. I'll take a Cultivated Harmonies. Thank you. Do I re-roll here? Let's see, I re-rolled twice, that's 50. We did take money. We just bought 35. 85. We could re-roll, get something. Yeah, let's do that. Sounds Metronome doesn't really do it for me. We're not really trying to crit on this build. Fleece of Gold. If we're spamming Ironclap maybe, which we really don't want to do anymore. I'll re-roll one more time. I regret everything. Alright. There's 100 down the drain. Prickly Puffer. That'll help. Alright, Giannis. I'm going to start with this. 1, 2. Probably should have used that. We are in huge trouble. I think we're dead. I think we forgot that we had unstable circuitry. We have a line out of here. It's way too late for us to go into it, though. I don't even know what the heck is going on anymore. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Okay, you're phasing. Good. Keep that for next turn. We're going to need it. I don't think I'm going to not crit. So we might as well use this. Just get the spikes going. And I guess throw one of these out there. That's close. This is a... Tell me this is a 3-turn deficit. Thank goodness. I was about to say if that's 4, I'm done. Stick a fork in me. Okay. Can I get -1 cost on Cleave, please? I'm willing to reroll. Screw you, game. It might be discounted slam. I don't think it is. Discounted slam hits the whole screen for less than 100, which is technically better than cleave right now, but I'm about to increase cleave to a wide AoE for 100. But it costs 2, inflicts 15 bleed. I don't know, man. I think we're going to gamble on finding Incendiary. We do have to take a... Do I want to hit Hemo? Because Serrated Sweep feels bad since Seismic Slam almost does what it does. Like, obviously there's the 150 damage on top of it. We'll go ahead and grab that. I am soul searching here, though. That doesn't really help. Guess I'll take some spike damage out of that. Really? Okay. I'm just uber confused. I'll admit it. I have no idea what's going on right now. I don't know how we're going to get... our build online. Like, we're going to take another 2 turns here. Oh... That's not gonna do it. God damn, man. We have built poorly. Trying to pivot into a burn build here. Desperately. That's not incinerate. But I guess we can get out through there. Take me to a binding empowerment. These are positively suffer. Oh, we have to take this. Like, I'd like to stack up on this pod. Only problem is, that doesn't really do anything for us. I think that's worth it. It's something. Only problem is that we can't really like do anything to this pot using our spikes. Whereas like everything else is at least going to hit us and take like apparently a smidgen of damage. Is this a double cleave? Is that going to do anything? 24, 24, so that's a total of 480. It's like a quarter of what we need to do. Burn damage is going to do 750, so we need another 500. We're going to proc bleed. I'm going to believe in it. Nah. Oh my good lord, if we would have taken the potion next to the pot. I was looking at it being healed. We actually were close. Good lord. Okay. Again, as far as the run, I'm not really concerned. I don't think that we're in danger of dying. Honestly, against Nim, maybe, but that's like just Nim in general. But we're definitely not going to get anywhere near a good score. There we go. Like, the run that actually does well here would have to kind of be a little bit insane, wouldn't it? Of these options, go ahead and give me a Razor Sharp. Hemo makes that feel at least somewhat good. We can still make Quillings. Helmet Crab for the boss is interesting. Kind of wanting to get rid of these Whittling Mitts. Armored Porcupine is a great alternative. So now we are finally at least a Spikes build. We have something. That is also a way to solve Nim, is just to have him break himself upon you. I don't want Nim to have damage during his turn, so I really don't want to, like, kill these guys. I guess I'm not actually in danger of doing that. I'm being a little bit silly. Let's go ahead and hit you with this. You get a little bit of extra burn. It's something. I lied. I apparently am in danger of actually destroying these fools. And I do want to get hits, which... I guess these bits are doing a lot of damage to me. Oh, you know what it probably is too? The ordering. They probably attack first and he gains the damage anyways. That is kind of a problem. There we go. I think we're actually dead here. Like, we're losing so much damage not being able to actually tank this. Yeah, we basically went 3 ways with our build and didn't get any of them. I'm really interested to see what the leaderboard on this one looks like. Like, I guess that's actually our damage, is hitting you with Hemo on. Yeah, we're done. And he does gain damage first. I thought that it was the other way around for some reason. Anyways, absolutely clobbered. 13,600. See how everyone else did. I clicked return to screen. Was definitely looking forward to the run. I did state ahead of time that it was going to be a bit like difficult, and it kind of was, but apparently all these people weren't having an issue, so I don't know if my head just wasn't in the game. We're at like the bottom of the tiers here. Yeah, I don't know what we did, but we obviously did something wrong. We weren't really offered anything that could go infinite, which obviously is the one thing that you're looking at with a run like this, with Brawl. Cleave could go infinite, but we weren't offered -1 will. I guess a good question would be, well, we didn't even get to our second purple. So that doesn't really apply. I was going to say, maybe for whatever reason, Seismic Slam's -1 will isn't exclusive. So then you could get 2 of them. I don't know. Anyways. If you guys have any secret technology or something that I was obviously missing, be sure to put that down in the comments below. Otherwise, hopefully you guys found the run entertaining or at least educational. And until next time, we will catch you guys around.